you have to watch. I can't join during that. It's so weird.
Okay,
I mean,
the audio should be back.
Okay.
Hopefully
You have
that
to
doesn't
watch.
happen again.
Hey, it's working.
I
Can't join. What happened? That. It's so weird.
Okay.
I mean, Matt.
I'm not sure. Something with the Expa just lost track of the audio stuff, so I had to close my audio program and reopen it.
Cool.
I don't know what confused it, but hopefully it's not something that repeats.
Well, hopefully not. So let me listen to the levels here. This is John. Matt, can you talk?
Hi, I'm Matt. I just realized I have 38 followers.
Yep. And TJ, you go on the thing.
I'm speaking, and hopefully I'm not going to be like ridiculously loud like the last episode.
Were you? I don't remember that.
I felt that way.
I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that way. How many followers do I have on Twitch? I don't even know how to look.
Like one.
Dashboard, Twitch confession. Oh. Does the dashboard have it? Is it stats maybe?
Maybe.
Stats
should have it.
1 average viewers. I don't know. I don't really care. I should probably listen though. All right. Let me get back to the YouTube. All right, everyone quiet.
John Dangerbanger.
I think we all sound pretty good. Matt, do you want to listen to that too? Just go back like a minute and a half and listen. Let me know.
Yeah, I'll listen on
John, you've got 8 followers.
8? Fucking
8 followers.
tits.
I'll go ahead and unfollow. Just make that a prime number.
Yeah, you know me. I want my Twitch Prime number.
I think I well know at least 75% of your followers. I don't know who Pitbull 1973 is. Or Jetlagger. Other than that, it's Adam, me, Matt. We got Man Kitchen. We got the Bretons. Yep. We got the Bretons, and we got Aaron. I forget what Man Kitchen's first name is.
Chuckos.
Yeah,
I follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, it sounds good to me too. So I'm gonna turn TJ down a tiny bit though. If
Yeah,
only
just a
because
bit.
his audio quality is a little bit lower, so it just may be a little harsher.
Yeah.
So, but Matt and I sound about the same.
You're harsh in our buzz.
I'm talking about myself. All right, you guys ready to start? Because I'm ready to. We should just get going. Let's fucking get this baby going.
Let's light
Get
this
on.
rocket
Yep.
ship.
Let's kick the tires and light the fires, baby.
Let's light the tires
Whatever
and
that
kick the
means.
fires.
Just make sure you switch the coming soon to the video.
You
So
can't tell me what to do. Okay, it's good.
all right, I just want to make sure it isn't just our face.
It's my face.
All right,
That shit's my face.
welcome. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 302. I am your host, John Dangero, joined by my co-hosts.
Matt Dangerhag.
Thank you.
And TJ May.
T to the J to the Ms. A. How's life? We took a week off.
Yeah, we took a week off. I've been streaming.
All right.
It's been quite the adventure.
Well, that's good to hear. What do you stream, TJ? Oh, I didn't even see your face. I was getting the Twitch chat figured out. TJ, you look different.
Yeah, I've slimmed up a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say. You very thin around the midsection. Is that a long neck?
It's a long neck. I've integrated
man.
with giraffe DNA.
Ah, That's no good.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
was just a
TJ,
matter
give
of time.
yourself a hand. He's our streamer of the month.
Hey,
How's...
I haven't given myself a hand in about 9 days.
Okay.
Oh,
That is
we're
more
in no fat
information than
territory
anyone
here.
needed to know.
Yes, we are.
Everybody knows you're high.
Whoa.
That's a new audio drop that I got for.
Is Adam,
we have Adam
coming
on
on?
the show.
What's going on? So, hey, did you guys do your taxes?
I
Yeah,
started.
I already got it back.
I did
got my
that this
returns
week. Don't use this. Don't use the TurboTax software.
I used
didn't
the
even know that was
online
still a thing.
TurboTax.
I use the online. I thought purchasing this software at Costco for the discount would just be a code to use it online. No, it is not. It is the software that does not connect, is very bad, and it won't connect to any of your previous tax information on TurboTax.com. So
I didn't even know that software still existed.
I thought it was
fully
just a
moved
pass.
over to the web interface.
I just thought it was for the web. So I bought TurboTax Home Business, which I did. I found out I don't need. So I overpaid for my taxes because for home and business, I have an LLC for an improv group I used to be in. And I thought I had to file business taxes even if there was zero earnings and no deductions. And it turns out you don't have to. You just can not list it as long as you're not doing anything with it. So
That's awesome.
great. It was the opposite of what I originally thought and / was like told through my research online. So maybe it changed in the last couple of years. But so anyway, but I got that in.
I
Uncle Sam,
file
give me my
as
refund.
a small business for my music stuff, and the best part of that is I operate at a loss every year because
Yay.
I don't know how to business.
That's okay. Well, you get to write that off in your income tax. So
Yeah, so like if I buy
fine.
stuff specifically for music, I can deduct it.
yeah,
And
that's the
so
fucking
far I
awesome
spend
shit.
more on that equipment than I earn, like
Yeah.
selling songs and doing commissions and stuff.
Yeah, it's basically if we wanted to use my LLC for Improv Experiment Royale, we could create like a little podcast LLC, and then all of our podcasting software we could write off our taxes.
Can we
You know,
turn your LLC into like a super PAC? Is that a thing? I've been hearing some stuff on the news about how it's really easy to launder money.
Yeah.
So I
So,
think we should get in on that game.
Okay, IRS people, you have to turn the podcast off now.
Yeah,
all right?
you
You're
turn
not
out
allowed
if
to
you don't. It's
listen.
entrapment.
Legally, you are not allowed to listen because I've told you not to. So you can't listen.
That's how the internet works.
No, I live in horrendous fear of being audited. But you know what the funny part is? If I was audited, I probably would end up getting money back for some stupid reason because I'm super picky with my tax returns. So
Yeah.
I feel like I would have either paid too much or something, or because I'm usually super generous, you know, like, okay, for instance, now I know you two have done this every year, but in Wisconsin, sales tax used to not be part of Amazon, and it used to not be part of Steam, and
Okay.
you used to have to calculate out your Wisconsin sales tax for your state return and put that in there.
Right.
What you
Yep.
should have paid. Correct. And I've done that every year, but I didn't do it this year because Steam calculates taxes now. Amazon calculates taxes now. Plus, I didn't buy very
Yeah.
many games.
The way I understand it with Amazon is because we have like a distribution center in Wisconsin. It's automatically
Correct.
calculated.
Yep. Well,
Hey,
it all gets
Spanky's in the
calculated
chat.
now. So we get over. Oh God, no. Yeah, this is Econ 101 podcast. So welcome to Planet
we're
Money.
figuring out how to launder.
Did you know that? No.
One single barrel of oil.
The
goes
tax man
through.
cometh.
Yeah,
but,
I started mine, but then because TurboTax for small business costs more to file, I just haven't filed it.
It
And
costs
because-
so much to file.
And I have
This
to pay.
is a
I owe money on my
$1
federal,
bill.
Yes.
and I get more back on my state, so it's like a net positive. But I'm gonna have to pay like $400 in to file my taxes, and then sit on that and wait for the other refund to come in, which will probably take like over a month. So I'm just waiting
Wait,
until I
how
can
much
afford
does
to do that.
TurboTax cost for you, Matt?
For I think it's around
Isn't it like
somewhere between
$120
yeah, something like that.
for the
But
home
then-
and business?
Yeah, it's
It's
a couple
$80
separate
for this
charges.
thing at Costco, but it fucking sucks. And the amount of headache
Sucks.
it caused me was not worth the $40 that I saved. But anyway,
I don't have
No.
to do anything business yet. Maybe next year, actually. But this
Do
year I
it.
didn't have to do anything business. So you know how much I paid for TurboTax?
like $20. Zero, you got the free one.
I still qualify for the earned income credit because of children.
Ah,
So
Oh.
it's one of the 3 qualifying things to be able to use the tax freedom edition.
nice.
Yeah, John, you
I,
should get yourself some of those tax deductions.
Yeah, you get some of them kids.
I
Oh,
made
don't
less
worry.
money this year than I did last year.
My taxes will be horrendous next year because of the house that I'm going to end up owning. So, yeah, that's fun.
This was a great conversation.
Yeah, it's good. We're
I hope
all
everybody's
having
enjoying.
we're having a fun old tax combo. No, I just am excited to. I get a return every year, so It's always nice to get that extra cash. And then yeah, it's all going into the house though. So it's not. I don't get to spend it on anything fun. I'm just battening down the hatches now. So it's fun. It's a fun world that we live in, where you have to be an adult
my
now.
return is gonna go to paying off credit card debt. Yay!
Yeah, you know, that's
Adulting
always
is
good.
great.
Yeah, yeah, Mad Money. This is what we are. This is not affiliated with Jim Cramer Enterprises. This is
No.
the Mad Money, as in Madison, Wisconsin Money
Oh!
podcast.
That's good.
So you know,
Trademark,
like,
trademark.
we're not no copyright infringement here.
Yeah, we're also associated with
boy.
the Mothers Against Drunk Driving. So
Yep.
So
yep,
the
yep,
2D
yep.
mad.
Definitely no affiliation yet.
Mhm.
Speaking of affiliation,
Yeah,
I'm working my ass off
yeah.
to try and
Our
get
ass
affiliate
off.
with
You're-
this
do it.
place
You're-
with the Twitches.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
So that's
go
good.
fucking subscribe to
Should-
TJ's channel, you fucking
Yeah.
freeloaders.
Yeah, if you
Jerks.
subscribe and then watch it. TJ, I never watch your streams live because you're
It's at
always
dumb
You're a
times.
bad
well.
friend.
I'm like going to bed at like 11 o'clock, and that's when you start streaming. So
so just
I've turned
Yeah.
it on a couple times when I was.
just turn it on
laying
and
in
fall
bed.
asleep to it. It's great.
That's
You
I
could have
suppose
seen
I
me
could do
kicking
that,
ass
you
at
know?
That's what Matt
trivia.
does.
I should do that.
Sometimes if I'm drunk, I'll start watching it, or sometimes I'll join you on a stream and like fall asleep on it. But I've noticed with those party games that I'm a lot better at the ones that involve just answering trivia questions than the ones that require me to be funny, which I think says
Yeah.
something very important. And maybe I
Yeah.
shouldn't be on this show.
Oh no, we need to. We can't.
Yeah,
it can't just be me yelling the whole time.
We were doing a trivia murder party last night on the
Oh,
Jackbox
nice.
Party Pack 3. Matt had never done it before, so, or at least he doesn't remember doing it before.
Oh man,
Yeah, I don't know.
I am. So what a week! What a week! What a busy week we've all had.
Oh yeah,
It's just a nightmare world that we live in, where we're paying taxes. I just got off playing Monster Hunter, so I'm a little bit. I haven't cooled down yet from my last combat. I fainted twice. You can only faint 3 times. Fighting Legiana,
Just like in real life.
the ice dragon, and I finished it like literally as my phone started buzzing for this call. So I ran up here as quick as I could, but I was able to fell the mighty beast using my electric sword. It was great. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to become a new Monster Hunter podcast because that's what my life is about now. Because I basically play it every night, nonstop, whenever I'm home. Except for the Olympics. Been watching them limps lately. Been way into it.
I didn't watch shit for curling again. Every single 4 years, I've missed curling.
Wow. It is only run the entire time that the Olympics is happening. Because
Yes,
I
I
think
know.
it started before the Olympics started, and the final is tonight at like 1 a.m. or something. So the American men are going to be curling for that. So, yeah. Yeah, Matt, I don't know if you should invite our chat person onto the podcast here. They seem like they have a lot
I could
to
probably
say.
do that.
But anyway, yeah, I've been watching a lot of Olympics. Last night I went through a Whiplash love affair with Evgenia Medvedev. I had it figured out. Oh,
I just posted the link live.
no,
No,
I didn't see it.
I saw it for a
I went to
second.
the splash screen. That's
Okay.
fine. Nobody cares.
Okay, well, it won't be useful after the episode airs, and I think we can kick them out as soon as they join. So anyway, oh my God, she turns out she's she skated dressed up as Sailor Moon at one point. She's way into anime. And so immediately I latched on to this Olympic athlete. And she was supposed to be the favorite, but in heartbreak, it's like I didn't know who this person was. Started watching the broadcast, and they did like a little retrospective of her career, and she's like doing a routine to Sailor Moon and like all this other stuff, and she seems really fun. And I was like, this is my favorite. And then they have the fucking program. She does amazing. She goes last, and then she loses by 1.5 points to the other girl, and it was the greatest travesty of a thing I knew about for 10 minutes before it happened. It was just a roller coaster of emotions because, no, I don't even know why. I was just all in on the anime ice skater girl. So
sometimes when you fall in love, it just happens that fast.
And it's okay
like a
because she's
whirlwind.
18 to fall in love.
That
Because
is important.
not all of the skaters are, so you got to be careful.
It's not like gymnasts where they're like all under 16.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know, right? Oh, well, not the American team last year. The American team had 3 people over the age of 18, so that's incredible. 3 out of the 5. It's the majority, but it's not typically that way. I love figure skating. I watched it like the entire time. Like, and Lance is like a figure skating machine now. It's
Yeah,
like
he's been
all
posting a lot of stuff about figure skating.
Yeah, it's because he's into that Yuri on Ice figure skating anime. So
I heard it's
Oh,
good.
nice.
I've heard it's really good too. I'm sure it's great, and I'm sure I'll watch it in a couple years when it's all available on some streaming service. But
Didn't he order I think he ordered a Yuri on Ice costume.
he has a Yuri on Ice tracksuit, yes, that he bought.
There we
That
go.
he wears out. I would like to say that is a cool thing to do. You know, if that's what you want to do. You can. He probably has to put clothes on and stuff though, Matt. You know, to get on the call.
I know.
so.
I just wanted to make sure.
So anyway, the Olympics are good and cool, and figure skating is good and cool, and I learned a lot about figure skating these last 2 or 3 weeks. And then I'll forget about it for 4 years because that's how the Olympics
Yeah.
works. And then it'll be completely different people next year. And I hope the anime girl can win, but she got silver, which is sad.
Yeah,
Is that
I've been
15-year-old
boycotting the Olympics because there's too many national anthems for countries that aren't America. So
That's true.
I can't.
That's fair.
Watch
That's
that.
a fair criticism. I love me some America. So We didn't even have that in
America.
the list of topics, but you know,
It's been a
That's what
busy
happened.
No, we didn't.
week, John.
it's
Can't
been
be
2
held
weeks.
responsible.
Yeah. Speaking of anime, I've gotten bad. I'm a bad boy. I bought a Blu-ray that's coming tomorrow, and that is
Why would you buy a Blu-ray?
is Dragon Ball Z Kai. And
Okay.
I'm gonna have it now, and I'm gonna watch Dragon Ball Z again.
Complete
happening.
collection? It's the entire Kai?
No. It's the first season, so it's like
First season
37
of Kai.
episodes or something like that. 30 episodes. Anyway,
But
I
doesn't
bought
that really cover like 52 episodes of Dragon Ball Z content?
Yeah, so let me explain Dragon Ball Z Kai out there for
Yes,
those of
please.
you. So, okay. Oh, I can get even more complicated than this. So, the original Dragon Ball Z, when it was on American television, was actually... Oh, fuck, was it Sunrise? I forget the name of the company that originally did it before...
The one out of Canada or the one out of California?
I think it's the Canada one. So here we go. So Ocean. So
Ocean,
there
yep.
there was the Ocean Group dub, which was or Saban dub or whatever company it was. Originally did Dragon Ball Z. They did Dragon Ball as well. And they did Dragon Ball Z, and it was on Cartoon Network. And it was the first 67 episodes of the series reduced to 53. And then... Okay, never mind. And then, years later, the Canadian Broadcasting company or whoever was on Canadian TV produced an alternate English dub of the second half of the series, with Ocean Studios again providing the voice track. And this was the UK... cut as well as that. So basically what happened was they started doing the like voice acting for it, and then they were like, we're done, but there's still more anime left, but we're not going to do it anymore. And so then there's the dub that I think most people know, which is so basically like the first like kind of series is the Ocean dub or the Saban dub. Oh my god, this is so complicated. From 96 to 98. And it has the original this is so complicated. I looked into this for like a week and a half going through all of this fucking nonsense. I can't read the wiki because it's got too much stuff in it. So,
Yeah. But anyway, talk about the transition from a well, actually,
yes.
talk about the reason why they decided to even make Kai.
So okay, it's pretty complicated as well. So okay, I'm gonna just get a better story. Then they did Funimation, continued DBZ on Toonami, which is when I watched it after school in like the late 90s, when I was in middle school, early high school. Got way into anime and Dragon Ball Z. I met Adam because he was wearing a fucking Goku t-shirt, and we hung out or whatever because we both like Dragon Ball Z. And so yeah, basically, and then they finished it out, the series, as Funimation's dub, which had a different music score than the original Japanese. They had a guy come in and do it, and it's a very iconic music score. It's like I don't know. So that's one version. There's like 17 versions of this that you can buy, and then that they digitally remastered into a DVD box set, which is big orange boxes, the uncut. So it's all the episodes, all 100 and well, I don't remember, like 153 or some episodes, somewhere up there. And that is a terrible set that I don't want, because it has taken the 4:3 and they turned it into 16:9 by cutting the top and bottom off the image, which fucking kills me. And it was the reason why I have been ripping all of my fucking Roseanne DVDs because Lauren and I wanted to watch Roseanne again. And if you watch the stream on Amazon, it's a fucking 16:9 cut of the 4:3. So you know what you see? You don't see the top of anyone's head ever because it's always fucking cut. And it pisses me off. And so, okay. So let's talk about, they put those out. All right. It's been years later. Nickelodeon wanted to air Dragon Ball Z. And so what they did was a thing called, well, okay, there's two different versions too. There's the uncut version and there's the Nickelodeon version. And that's Dragon Ball Z Kai. And they basically cut the series down to like maybe like 90 episodes from like 150 or something. Because there's a lot of fucking fluff to cut out. And I understand it. I kind of want to watch the originals that I watched when I was a kid. But you know what? I figured Kai is simple. It's got most of the same voice actors back. It's cleaned up. It's like the correct like aspect ratio. They redid it basically, and so it's like a really good remaster. And a lot of people, and it'll be a new experience for me to see the story cut in a different way. And so that's my life. I'm gonna watch Dragon Ball Z Kai. It is and Dragon Ball Z Kai, the fucking Blu-rays are the uncut Japanese version of the animation. So there's fucking beer, there's people smoking cigarettes, there's swears, you know, so it's like not the little kid version anymore. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited to watch a different version of Dragon Ball Z. So that's my life. We've got a new guest on.
Now,
I like
Hey,
to watch Dragon
everybody.
Balls.
we got
Hey.
he was very patient for waiting all of that time.
Yeah.
I
Me
was
talking about Dragon Ball
intrigued.
Z.
I was intrigued because I had a very different I had a very different experience with Dragon Ball Z.
Oh God.
I think I think I did watch the same dub as you.
Yeah.
Because I definitely watched it on Toonami, but the thing was, and I can't even remember, I got mega into Dragon Ball.
Okay.
And I don't remember even when they aired it, but it was definitely like Funimation that dub.
Yep.
Because I know Dragon Ball got dubbed several times before it actually ran the whole series.
Yep.
And I was always just like, I would watch Dragon Ball Z, and because I was like a preteen, I was mega into like the whole fights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I hated basically all the characters in it, and
Yeah.
I would watch Dragon Ball, and there'd be like super fun characters. But like you said about the censoring and the kid versions, somehow like the more kid-centric one you'd imagine, which is the Dragon Ball one, also has like in the original one some really fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
Oolong,
yeah.
his wish, the first wish ever granted in the Dragon Ball series is for Oolong to get a pair of Bulma's panties.
It's correct.
And in the kid version, they changed it to the world's most comfortable underwear.
Oh, I remember this. So I actually went through last year, going through, because on Hulu they have the original Dragon Ball Japanese version. I went through and watched those. I actually bought the manga as well for the original Dragon Ball, because I remember watching that version on Toonami and really liking it as a kid, and then it kind of went away because I think they only dubbed like the first season basically, you know, up through the tournament, I think, and then it ended. So there's a lot more to it, and so I kind of wanted to get into it more, because a lot of stuff happens between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Goku's a fucking adult in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's one of the best. That's one of the best lines that I ever hear in there. Is Goku brings his son to go meet all the people he used to fight with, and Krillin immediately says, "Oh, so you and Chi-Chi did it, huh?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Did what?"
I know.
So I believe that Goku reproduces asexually.
Fair
he just
enough.
popped out a spore, and then there's Gohan.
Via
Yeah.
binary
And he buds
fission,
like a sea sponge.
Actually, he's got the instant transmission thing, so he just spins around so fast that he just spawns like another him.
Yep.
He didn't learn instant transmission until like middle of Z. What are you talking about?
I mean,
Now, I
learned-
was following the. Oh, go ahead, Spanky.
I was thinking he learned it, but you never see him learn it. because it was like in between seasons, and I guess it probably happened in the manga, but I'm pretty sure it just like Goku on his way back from Planet Namek just learned a whole bunch of shit, and then he arrived. He's like, "Hey guys, I can do all these cool things now."
I thought he learned it when he was dead that one time.
I mean, he saying when Goku was dead when referring to Z is just like, one point during the series that wasn't the 8 or 9 episodes when he had to be like finally come back and beat the main enemy. Because he's dead for almost all of it, and then he'll come back and win in the whole fight, and then die again.
He dies again. Yeah. Now I was following the production of Kai because the reason for Kai even being produced was actually Kai was being developed in Japan. The biggest reason it was actually being done is not just to bring back is to shrink it down because there's a lot of fluff, and well, it is because there's a lot of fluff.
Yeah,
but a lot of fluff was put in there is because anime was being produced in conjunction with the manga, and Akira Toriyama was not able to keep up with as far as they needed to go with the series.
That's literally how every anime is done, though. Like, same with Naruto. Like, they'll be like, all right, now it's time for like 2 full seasons, like 50 episodes of filler content because the manga has to get far enough ahead for them to do it. So you can just skip it for 2 years because it's garbage bullshit that, doesn't matter. And so
53 episodes of 13-year-old sexual tension.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like the best part about Dragon Ball Z, but I love some of the fucking fluff because there's like fucking Vegeta doing a driving test, getting his driver's license. Yeah. Like there's some funny episodes in there.
Toriyama was still very much like, that's the thing, is that he was part of the filler. I think he had a lot of fun fucking around.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey Toriyama, what would be a good idea for a filler episode? He's like, I don't know, do one where I'm trying to think of one of like the more fucked up weird ones in the Cell Saga, but like there was tons where Gohan would just like learn how to ride a bike. Or teach Videl how to do some like it's just really weird.
Yeah,
things.
don't forget Captain Saiyaman.
Yeah, Captain Saiyaman, which I am a huge fan.
The Great Saiyaman.
The great Saiyaman. Yes, Gohan's alter ego superhero version. They're like had to fill it up, So
he's unlockable in the first Dragon Ball Z Budokai game for PS2, GameCube, and Xbox.
Oh my god, dude. I'm so excited to rewatch all this, so Dragon Ball Z Kai is actually 167 episodes, all the way through.
Compared to how long was Z?
Yeah, I don't know.
225?
Yeah, I think so. Oh god, that's so many episodes, dude.
It was in the 200s.
I just can't believe how complicated this could be. It's just like, how did they not It's because it aired on Toonami, and then it aired on Nickelodeon, and it was originally a Japanese show, so it's just like, what the fuck?
Is it sad that most of my Dragon Ball knowledge comes from the fact that I've watched only old Dragon Ball, a few sporadic episodes of the anime, and just played the Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku games?
Man, those games are good though.
They were great, except for Boo's Saga, Boo's Fury. Sorry.
The Legend of Goku was the one that I played way too much.
Yeah, I like the sequel better.
Yeah. I mean, it just it's one of those things where it's like when the sequel is better, but I had the original for so long before the sequel. It's like me in Kingdom Hearts, where the first Kingdom Hearts game is absolutely fucking garbage and there's almost nothing redeeming about it, but I can go back and play it anytime because of just I've been hurt by it so much that the scar tissue has just completely covered all the damage that game can do to you. So I can replay Kingdom Hearts 1 as many times as I want. It can never hurt me again.
My problem with the game is not the story. It's that first game has shit platforming.
Oh no, everything's bad
so
about the
bad.
first Kingdom Hearts game. I'm trying to get Ewan to play it actually, and I even got him to get the HD collection. And I've been telling him because I think he might be on Traverse Town now, but he was on Destiny Island, and he's like, this is the most stupid bullshit. Because in Destiny Island is probably the worst part of any of the games by
Oh, I know. I tried playing these for the first time.
all it is
like
is
6 months ago.
It doesn't give you any goddamn direction on what you're supposed to do, and you can literally spend hours and hours and hours on that
Reach
thing.
level 100 there,
Yeah,
according to that crazy person who was streaming on Twitch.
You can do it, and actually, I have a very vivid memory of wanting to get to like a high level just by fighting Riku. And I was at a friend's house and we were playing on his PlayStation.
Oh.
And he had like a foster brother who was like fucking around in the floor, and he was like 3 or 4 years younger than us, so like he was like, you know, old enough to form thoughts and whatever, and he was like fucking around with something, and he hit the eject button on the PlayStation 2 after we had made it to like level 13 or 14, which is insane.
Yeah.
We got very upset at him.
I only grind to level 5 on that island before I leave. But the easiest way is not to beat Riku over and over again. You just have to parry all the attacks from the Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah, that's true, but I was, you know, the game came out in 2001 or 2, and I was like 10, so
Yeah, you're basically
stupid.
just a sperm at that point.
Yeah, we were stupid, and we thought, well, Riku's the hardest one, so obviously that one's gonna be the, like, if we do the hardest one over and over again, that'll get us the most levels. But I'm trying to get.
Gives you 3 experience points.
Yeah, 3. But so Ewan was on Destiny Island for a very long time, and I was like I think I was either at work or asleep, and he was up late or something. No, what it was is I had just got my Commodore 64 in that I got off of eBay, and I bought it broken, and I was repairing it, so I was like just focusing on that for a few days. And 3 hours later, I'd come back, and it would just be like 38 messages of him bitching about, where the fuck is the rope? I don't understand. It doesn't say where the rope is, but I need this rope. And I guess he got the impression mostly that it was like a collect 'em up kind of game, where you just went around places and picked up ropes. And he's like, "How do I get the coconut? How do I get the bird's egg on top of the tree? I can't climb that high." And I'm just like, "Climb the tree next to it and jump off." And he's like, "That's not a tree. That's like a gray pole thing." I'm like, "I know, man. I didn't make this." So he got very upset and has not. And then, you know, Traverse Town is a wonderful reprieve from the torture of Destiny Island, but it's still not good. You have to fucking walk through every door and watch these stupid ass scenes of Donald and Goofy looking for the king or the key or something, and then you have to fight Squall, which is a bullshit fight unless you've grinded, and then it's like a super easy fight, and then you just pass out for no reason at the end. Like the game assumes you're gonna lose the fight, but if you win it, Sora still just passes out at the end for no reason. And then so trying to just politely nudge him into like just get to Alice in Wonderland, because that's a very like fun. That's where they introduce like the flying enemies, and like it's very. The lock-on stuff works pretty well, at least in the first one. Most of the platform, the platform is garbage, but like jumping and then hitting the attack button is a very satisfying thing to do.
That one of my complaints about that game, I'm gonna say is a real motherfucker, is it does not tell you when you earn new abilities that you have to equip them. So the whole time I was like, shouldn't I be able to dodge roll? Like, what's going on? And it's like, oh, no, you earned the ability to dodge roll, but you have to go into the menu and equip it, even though you had no abilities equipped. Yeah. It's like, why wouldn't you just auto-equip it until I have to start switching them around?
Yeah.
Like oh my god.
A friend who completed that video game with no abilities equipped.
Oh my god.
And
it was so hard up until I started doing that, and then I was like,
still had the original Keyblade equipped too.
Oh my god!
Which is like, yeah. So I have no idea what level he must have been, but I went over to his house afterwards. And he's like, "Yeah, I finally beat it, but there's so much grinding." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, in the first part, sure, but like, grinding is only necessary for like the super bosses in the first Kingdom Hearts. Like the first part's very grind heavy." But because, like, without abilities and mana and spells, it's, like, lame and repetitive.
Yeah, once you can do heals and, like, shoot people with big flame attacks and knock out a whole bunch of guys at once, it goes a lot faster.
Yeah, and the game is actually not too hard to beat once you're at that level, but there's several super bosses. There's, like, the Ice Titan and Sephiroth and the I think there was a dead kid or sick kid or something that they named a boss after or something like that.
He won a contest.
Okay, I was actually thinking of the Phoenix mount from World of Warcraft there.
A sick kid.
Yeah, well, in World of Warcraft there was a kid who was sick, and
Yeah.
he got the Phoenix mount named after him.
Yeah.
And then there's I think there's one more that the clock tower fight with the time dude. So there's a bunch of super bosses that you have to grind and beat, but like the final boss of Kingdom Hearts ain't that.
Oh, the
hard.
Phantom.
Yeah, the Phantom. That was
Yeah.
actually the hardest one for me because I don't remember why. It was like it relied so much on the stop magic and like just
Yeah.
it had a weird ass pattern. I was much like the only time I ever had a save where I grinded up enough to fight the super bosses was one where it was very much melee heavy, and I never really paid attention to learn how to use the spells, and I had really low amount of magic, and I never beat that boss until like my second time, and I never like I beat Sephiroth and the Ice Titan,
What?
and
I didn't. I still to this day can't beat any of those 4 bosses.
oh, I mean like I was 13 though, so it's like I had
Oh, you had time. And...
yeah, I had no job, I had summers off still, so I mean that was.
I remember Adam, friend of the podcast. You know, I used to go over.
Friend of the podcast.
Well, I guess he is now. He hasn't been on it so long, but he hosts sometimes. I used to go over to his place just to hang out in like the summers and like you know in when did Kingdom Hearts come out? It was like what 2000?
01 or 02.
Yeah. So like when we were in high school, I would like go over there and he'd be like, yeah, let's just hang out. I'm playing Kingdom Hearts. And it would just be him running around in Traverse Town, killing everything, and just running around and then earning money to, like, level up.
Mhm.
And then just, like, grinding. It was
Yeah.
the entire game for him.
The
Because-
biggest bullshit
yeah.
thing about that, and I know probably what he was doing, is they had the synthesis, which was how you get like the ultimate weapons and shit.
Yeah,
and it was based on random drops. It was like loot boxes essentially.
Yeah.
Just random drops that would happen if you'd fight certain things. So you'd have to grind in specific places to fight really annoying enemies and just get enough money
Yeah.
and the right materials.
Now that
Yeah.
that dude with the big like monster ace shield, one of his random drops is Goofy's best weapon.
Yeah, the Save the King? No, it's just the Defender Shield.
I love that a
Yeah.
random drop is the best weapon.
Well, it's not technically his ultimate weapon. So there's Goofy in the first game has 2 ultimate weapons, kind of. One's his actual ultimate weapon. It has more defense, but the Defender one has more attack, and it has almost as much defense. So everyone just uses that one instead. I can't believe
see.
I remember this shit. I haven't actually really given a shit about getting all this stuff.
That's the thing, though. Like, things that they're really, like, you gave a shit about when you were, like, 13 just don't go away.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you just, like, Dragon Ball Z for me.
I'm starting to play Chain of Memories because I've never played it all the way through in 3D.
Oh yeah, they did the remake or
Yeah.
RE colon. I asked
I
for
al-
that game for Christmas whenever I was. That game must have come out when I was at least 15. So I asked
Yeah,
it for Christmas, and my parents know I'm fucking weird, but they like passed that one off to one of my like uncles or something, and he's like, it had Mickey Mouse on it, so I wasn't sure if it was the right thing.
Yeah, right? No, Mickey's cool now. Dude, you get to hang out with Donald and... Oh, my God. Those games.
I own
Dragon Ball
every-
Z. 1 second. Just
Yeah.
I want to finish it. 291 episodes.
Holy shit!
So Dragon Ball Z Kai is 167, so they cut quite a bit out there.
A
Like,
third.
Yeah, about 130 episodes, so...
Yeah. But yeah, I own every retail release of Kingdom Hearts except for the PSP game and the one of the DS games, recoded. But otherwise, every retail release I own, including the re-releases of the re-releases. So I have Chain of Memories, but also 1.5 that has Chain of Memories, but also 1.5, 2.5, which has Chain of Memories, and I have the Game Boy Advance one.
Yeah.
Well, isn't Recoded like a Nokia N-Gage or something? Like it was only made for Japanese
It was-
phones?
Yes. It was just a regular smartphone, like app game on a
Oh.
regular like 12-key smartphone on there,
That's
and it was
nice.
released in episodes. So yes, Recoded is the re-release of Coded.
Oh man, this series has a great name convention.
What is it with, like, I don't know, that's just the way Japanese things are, is that we've got to have 18 different complicated versions of everything. There's no simple, like,
I'm
how do I
super
play
surprised.
through, you know, like,
I'm super surprised that in Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, 'cause
yes,
I will not
that's
say
a
that
thing
game without
that
saying the whole
exists,
title.
by the way.
Sorry, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 HD Final Chapter Prologue. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't rename the re-release of Dream Drop Distance, the 3DS one, as Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance Final Mix,
Oh my god.
because it is a re-release,
Yeah.
but it's
my
not made slightly differently. Whereas the Recoded and the Rechained
Yep.
Memories did have some features changed or when they did it. It's not just an up res.
TJ, can you explain to me what Kingdom Hearts 2.8 is and why it's different than 2.5?
It has Dream
Okay.
Drop Distance.
So,
And
This
it's
is like
on
the Dragon
PlayStation
Ball
4.
Z explanation
I
here.
think it'd be more simple if I just say, here's what's on PS4 and here's where they came from originally.
Okay.
So on PS4 there exists 2 Kingdom Hearts discs you can buy.
Yes, I have one of them.
One of them is Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 HD Remix.
Yeah, and that includes like a lot of Kingdom Hearts games as
Yes.
well.
That includes both of the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD Remix and 2.5 HD Remix, which were
Yep.
on PS3.
Yeah.
1.5 contains Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, which was originally a PS2 game, but then that was re-released in Japan with the more content we had plus more content. Because the game was released on PS2 3 times. Japan first release, international release, and then the Japan international release, where they got even more content than we did. Going further on 1.5 is Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, which is an HD remake of the PS2 complete remake of the Game Boy Advance game Chain of Memories.
There's too much.
And then-
This is too complicated already. We're not even to 2.
Yeah. And then the third thing on 1.5 is just a watchable movie that tells you the story of the Game Boy Advance game Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2.
That's the DS.
Even though
358
it's-
days over 2 days.
Even though it's spelled Kingdom Hearts 358 divided by 2 days.
Yeah.
It's pronounced 358 Days Over 2.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a DS game though, not a
Okay.
Game Boy
DS
Advance.
game, yeah. Like,
Okay.
correct.
Correct the record.
2.5 is Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Yeah, okay.
Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, which was originally on PSP
Okay.
Final Mix, which
Okay.
means they added more stuff.
Sure.
And then, as a cutscene movie, Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Coded being another DS game, which is a remake of a mobile phone game in Japan. 2.8,
Yes,
which
what's
is the dumbest
2.8?
name ever.
Yep.
2.8 takes the 3DS game Dream Drop Distance and puts it on console for the first time.
Okay.
But also, it's another Final Mix version that has more content.
Okay.
It has Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2 A Fragmentary Passage. That is the entire name.
What is happening? You're not even
Um,
saying real words anymore.
The secret ending to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep starts you playing as a character from the game Aqua, and then it kind of fades out. Just kind of saying that, hey, we're going to make it equal on PSP. And it did. Well, they finally made it. It's also really short, and it's in this collection.
Oh my god.
And then there is a watchable movie in Kingdom Hearts 2.8, which is called Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. Key as in the Greek letter chi, which kind of looks like a weird X.
Yep.
Like the first letter of Christ. That game or that thing is just the backstory to the mobile phone game you can actually get, which in the US is called Kingdom Hearts Unchained.
How'd you do it, dog?
We talked about doing taxes. I feel like I just did my taxes listening to that.
It's fine. Kingdom Hearts 2.8.
You need a degree to learn to go through all that.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2.8, plus the fact that it has a Kingdom Hearts 0.2 on the disc.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be your lead into Kingdom Hearts 3.
Can I
2.8 plus 0.2.
Can I...
Your life back?
When can I play as a pantsless monster boy? Because that's what I'm looking for.
Any game, really.
Because that's the
I agree,
oh my
Matt.
God, the fucking
I
Kingdom
can't
Hearts
wait.
3 looks interesting.
I can't wait to play Monsters World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
Wazowski!
is there gonna be a Frozen World? Did they say? Probably not.
We know Tangled for sure,
Okay.
but they've not announced a Frozen World.
Of course. When's that coming out? 2 years from now?
Their said release date, and they didn't release year because they didn't say a year until the October trailer.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to come out this year
Okay.
on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One? Who's never had a Kingdom Hearts game before?
Oh shit.
Are they going to bring in Han Solo
Betrayal!
from that PlayStation Move game?
Wait, what's
Get
that?
paper.
Are they going to bring in Han Solo from that PlayStation Move game since
No,
Disney
baby.
owns Star Wars now?
That is an Xbox Connect game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Oh.
Kinect
That's the
game.
I'm
My
Han
bad.
Solo.
I'm Han Solo.
Han Solo.
That needs to be in the Solo movie that's coming out.
I saw somebody
put that in the
recut the
soundtrack.
trailer for the Solo movie with that song.
Nice.
And it worked
Nice.
surprisingly well.
I'm Han Solo. Oh man, that movie sounds interesting. In the fact that I have heard rumors that it is hot trash, which leads me to believe, which is like, oh, good.
Is that why it's coming out in May instead of December?
Well, when you change directors halfway through, it's usually not a good sign. And then
Yeah.
the person who's playing Han Solo, I guess, has never really been in a lot of movies before, so
No, he was
I don't
in
know.
Hail Caesar, and he's been in like artsy style movies.
yeah.
Uh,
It's that guy from Hail Caesar,
yeah.
the
Guys,
fucking
I thought this movie came out
country
like
bumpkin boy.
22 years ago with Mario Van Peebles.
Wait,
You remember
what?
that movie?
Nope.
No. It was
Reference lost.
part man, part machine, Total Weapon, Solo starring Mario Van Peebles.
Oh nope, didn't see that one. Is that why they had to call this one Solo, a Star Wars story?
I think
Because-
that's their branding for non-episodic entries. But
If anyone wants to see
Oh,
the
shit.
poster for the Mario Van Peebles movie Solo, you can join our Discord by clicking the link at the bottom of Matt Haig's channel. Or sorry, it's not in the bottom of that. It's in our website, borninthE80s.net.
Oh yeah, fuck. Oh, I gotta see this. Oh, that looks fucking awesome. Is what that looks like.
Yep.
That guy's a fucking badass.
yeah, no, I was looking up Solo movie just because I wanted to see when I could get tickets for this fucking thing, and I searched Solo movie, and you'd think it's coming out this year. The first thing that's gonna show up in my search results is gonna be the newest movie, but no, Solo 1996 IMDb shows up, 3.9 out of 10 on IMDb. So I think what IMDb is trying to tell me is that I'm better off watching this movie. Like, they're trying to save me the trouble here.
Well, and
3.9 out of 10.
3.9.
That's a solid okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And IMDb scores that's like negative. They're usually between like 4
No.
and 7.
No, because it's not a 0 where it's so bad it's bad. It's a 3.9, which is so bad it's good.
But IMDb never goes that low. They barely ever go below 5. And like the highest they'll ever do is like a 7.9. So it's like a 5 to 7.9 scale, and this got a negative 1.1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read you this user review.
Okay. I'm
Yes,
excited.
please.
I do a search for Tostitos crispy round tortilla chips in Amazon once, and now I'll never not get listings for this.
Well,
This review comes to you 24th of April 1999 by user Cross18. 7 out of 10 stars, not too shabby. Here it is. Solo is a pretty good movie. Mario Van Peebles is good as Solo, the Andreon soldier that learns to think for himself. When he escaped from his superiors and takes refuge in a small Mexican village, he agrees to help the villagers defend themselves against a rebel and his army. The action scenes are good, and the fight scenes end between Solo and the bad android is awesome. Aside from that,
I feel like I need to run that through a quick spell check.
Aside from that, grammatically, I want to reread the last sentence because it can be very different depending on how you decide to interpret the verbs. The action scenes are good, comma, and the fight at the end between Solo and the bad android is awesome. So you could say the fight between Solo and the bad android is awesome. Or you could say that the fight ends because the grammar is so bad. I put an
It
at
ends
there.
between them.
I'm being more grammatically correct here than Cross 18 user from 24th April 1999. The fight end between Solo. So maybe they're just saying that it ended, and that was the
The fight
awesomest part of
ended,
the movie.
and they found a peace together, and that's the lesson of the movie.
44
like you didn't
humans
even
have
watch it.
registered for an IMDb account and used that account to review this movie.
I'm gonna go ahead and see what other
So-
movies he's reviewed.
Yeah, I was about to say, are we gonna turn this into an
Oh,
Amazon stalking thing, even though it's on IMDb,
Andromeda,
just like we used to
starring
do on our
Kevin
expedition?
Sorbo from the year 2000.
I'm just gonna
Patch
I'm just gonna read
Adams from
some,
1998.
Bad. That's his headline for Patch Adams from 1998. Bad. Death Warrant starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. Pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
um,
Dawson's Creek,
Dawson's
1998. In a word, ... bad.
that's a word.
Oh, 1989, The Punisher. Cool flick.
Commando
That's a
from
good Dolph Lundgren
1985.
movie there.
The best Rambo ripoff ever.
That's true. It is
Rambo
great.
ripoff ever?
Do you want to know what movie was released on the day I was born? Commando.
Commando.
There you go.
Pando.
That's awesome. It's a good movie to have associated with your date of birth. Matt,
Drop Zone
We should
from
talk-
1994. What a rush.
Matt, you need to talk
Yeah.
about something now. What have you been doing?
I played a game from
Okay.
the internet. This
Okay.
might be very hard for me to describe in an audio medium, which is going to make it great podcast material. But just go ahead and
Awesome.
search for Puzzlement Steam, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I played a
Alright.
$2 game on Steam called Puzzlement, and it's kind of like if you're looking at a cube-shaped diorama, and
Uh-huh.
you're moving along the inside of the cube, and depending on how you cross over the various edges, it changes the perspective of the cube and fucks with your brain MC
Whoa.
Escher style.
This is
so
making
it's
my head hurt.
yeah, right? Like, how do I explain this? It's like,
It's Cube 2
Oh, really?
Hypercube, the game.
Yes.
yeah, it's kind of like that, or like a really fucked up Pac-Man. But
Yeah.
it's only $2 on Steam, and
Well, he did have
it's
all those
definitely worth
pills.
those $2.
So I'd say Pac-Man's a pretty fucked up Pac-Man. Well, that's
Puzzlement
cool though.
on
That looks
Steam.
really neat.
Try it. It's also
I'm
pretty
not even
difficult
seeing the
to search
move,
for
and my head
Puzzlement.
hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Where it really gets fucked up is when you have multiple cubes together and kind of like how your brain focuses on it changes the perspective of like what's facing what direction. So it's kind of like your brain vacillates back and forth. It's pretty cool. And
Ow.
and you should all get it.
Okay. Well, it's only $2.
Developers. Yeah. It's
So-
like it. I beat it in a day pretty easily. It's pretty short, but definitely worth $2.
Oh.
And TJ, I think it'll run on your system, so you're good there.
Yeah,
But
probably.
No, oh, I forgot to mention this. At some point, you start like spinning sections of the cubes around.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that.
I think it's super mind bending.
If I were to play this in VR, I think I'd get really sick.
Yeah. That would be.
I've gotten
I
to
don't
the
even
point
know how
where
that would work.
everything is.
It
No,
should
it
be.
wouldn't.
Everything
But,
should be in VR.
Just a quick VR announcement.
Oh,
The formerly, I think it was Oculus exclusive or at least PC VR exclusive. Virtual reality is coming to PlayStation VR in a month and a half.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get a chance
No,
to play
that
it.
was on Vive on the PC too. But it's.
Yeah.
Have you played? Has Job Simulator come to PC or PlayStation VR?
yeah, it's on there.
Yeah, I've not played it on there yet, but yeah, it has.
Okay, because it's by the same people and it's just as great. And also, there's like a Rick and Morty skin on top of it, so that's extra fun. But yeah,
Nice.
I highly recommend both that and Job Simulator.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you'd have to be pretty. You kind of have to be smart to understand the
Yeah,
humor.
are you like smart
the
enough
game,
to get
you
like
know,
Rick and Morty's
Pretty
humor?
high IQ level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
super
and
high
I
IQ.
understand. You know, some people just
You're
don't
not like- I
understand
mean-
it. You know,
Because
Oh
like
my
some
God.
people are like they're like Rick and Morty people, and then some people are like Simpsons people, and
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like if
Just
you don't
are you-
get it, that's fine. You know, just some people can't get it. It's so high level.
yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
if you're a
like-
Simpsons person, it's fine. If you're like a Lisa Simpson person, then you're probably a Rick and Morty person. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe that happened.
what are you talking about?
Matt's referencing Ted Cruz, good old Cruz boy, also
Zodiac
known
killer.
as the guy who, yes, also known as his father was the Zodiac killer.
No, he was the Zodiac killer. His father killed
Okay.
Kennedy.
Okay, yeah, and he
That is a
also
fact.
is.
Come at me, lawyers.
He's also known as the man who liked a porn tweet on his main account starring an actress who looks very
Holy
much like his
shit.
wife. That happened. Don't forget that, everyone.
How crazy
and-
has this year and a half been that I forgot that happened?
Yeah, that happened. And he was like, oh, it was a fake. And it's like, dude, that chick looks like your wife. You just got horny on Twitter, man. That's what happened, Ted Cruz. That's cool, I
Ted
guess.
Cruz also doesn't own tedcruz.com.
Oh, yeah.
He owns tedcruz.org, and this website, tedcruz.com, is a website, and it only changes once every election cycle, so every 6 years for Ted. But whatever he has made his main issue, the website will just say the opposite thing. So for the longest time, or in 2010, his big thing was like immigration or
Yeah.
whatever. And for 6 years, tedcruz.com just said it in bold letters, support immigration reform now. And that was it. And I think now, unless it's changed, since
No, it
he
has
announced
not
his
changed.
candidacy, it said first woman president of the United States, and it had a picture of Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Yep, still says
Still
that.
says that.
I mean, it only changes once every 6 years, so...
So at the CPAC, which is the Conservative Political Action Conference, or whatever the hell that acronym is for.
Oh, you have one of those
He sta-
machines.
Yeah, I have a CPAP. He stated to the audience that the Democratic Party is the party of Lisa Simpson, and we're the party of Homer, Bart, and Marge, and Maggie Simpson, or whatever.
The dumb ones.
And it was like, what? Okay, yeah, people like Homer, but also Homer like freely admits multiple times, man, without Lisa, I'd be fucking in a lot of trouble all the time because It's like,
I mean,
what
when you
are
think about it in the greater history of The Simpsons, he's not actually wrong.
No.
It's something
Yeah.
he shouldn't admit, but it's like
yeah, it's
Lisa,
not like a good thing. It's
Lisa
not wrong,
ends
but it's
up
not a
being
good thing.
kind of like the babysitter of the family. In a lot
Yeah.
of ways.
Like,
So-
and he always ends up being like, man, I should have listened to what Lisa was saying earlier on. Like,
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what else Lisa ends up being. The president,
President.
that replaces President Trump.
Yeah.
oh,
like,
man.
actually, she says former President Trump in that episode.
Yes, correct. All right. Okay, what do you guys want to talk about? I got a couple options here.
I had a
Anything
pretty
striking your eye?
big life event about a week and a half ago.
All right, let's do that.
So let me just find the right
You gotta get
thing
your
to
musical
play
sting so I
here.
can.
I've just got to get
All right.
this musical
We'll just vamp.
sting happening. Right over
Sting, you met
it's over
Sting,
here.
the musician.
I met the musician Sting.
Well then, it's hacking time.
I went to a little place called Olive Garden, and I'll tell you what they have at Olive Garden. they have handmade pasta chips.
I know there was something
lightly
actually
fried
happening in your life.
and layered with Italian cheeses and a hearty meat sauce, topped with cherry peppers and Alfredo drizzle. That's right, they have Italian nachos, loaded pasta chip nachos, and I ate them, and I'm here to tell the tale. I survived.
I'm looking
So
up
this
images
is
of these
basically-
pasta chips.
These are chips made out of fried noodles and then covered in various meat sauces and Alfredo drizzles instead of
So-
cheese.
I see jalapenos in there.
Is
Uh,
it basically like
those are
unfilled
cherry
ravioli just
peppers.
fried?
Peppers.
That's what it seems like, but also they kind of puff up into weird little pillows because they're not meant to be fried. They're like an
Yeah.
abomination of God.
There's
So,
a lot of
since-
there's a lot of even real chips that aren't meant to be fried.
Yeah,
but
like,
they
you know
puff-
how
they get those little puffs in them.
one of the big things about making any kind of bread product is putting a shit ton of air in it. That doesn't
Yeah.
work out so well with the frying process. But man, this is way better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be hot garbage, but I kind of ate a ton of it.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of a neat concept because it's basically like a pasta dish, but instead of boiled noodles, you have fried noodles that you're eating it on it. You know, it's got like meat
Yeah,
sauce.
and you can eat it with your hands. It's free. It's pretty like
Yeah, so
it's
I
like the
think
everyman's
on the show
pasta dish.
before- I think on the show before I've mentioned that I'm like a human garbage disposable. I will eat fucking anything.
Oh, we've talked about
Yes.
hack the menu on this before.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when I hear this, all I can think of is like, yes, like I you can take it. To me, it's all the same shit. I can blend my food. I don't care. It's the same shit to me. So what I'm thinking is like, here's this Italian food, which typically is a whole ordeal you gotta go through. Put the napkin in your lap, get the
You
silverware
have to use
out,
forks.
tell them when to stop with the cheese on your fucking salad. Which with me, I'm a cheese. I like cheese. So when they're doing their cheese, like say when thing, like it gets to the point where they start looking at me like, "Come on, motherfucker, you gotta say when at some point, or else I'm just gonna stop." But I'm just like, no, keep going. So there's
Do
a lot
me a
of judgment
favor.
involved.
Do me a favor and just put the block on top.
Yeah.
I'll be happy.
Yeah.
So I've got
Yeah,
some bad news on that front for
don't
you.
even
You
shred
do
it.
have to do that dance with these nacho chips. It doesn't come with the cheese pre-applied. You've got to make eye contact with your server, and they see how much you're putting on there.
Oh,
But you
I'm sorry,
want
Matt.
you want it all on there.
So all I can think of with these nachos is this is making Italian food easier for my garbage disposal landfill style stomach, so that I now have a handle. I don't have to use silverware. I don't have to have a shovel. I can just go in and finger paint and just throw this stuff down my schnoz, and it's great. And I gotta go
Yeah.
to Olive Garden tomorrow.
I want to say
If-
Olive
it-
Garden that like they're
They're
not
like the Taco Bell of sit-down restaurants.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Is they need to just pivot and just go full on nonsense Taco Bell with their Italian food, because like they like they're not ever going to be authentico Italian. Just go fucking
but I really
weird
did
with
feel
it.
like I was family when I was there.
Well, that's good to hear. Well, you know what? I would. Taco Bell is awesome. Do you see Taco Bell is now the 4th biggest restaurant chain? It just beat Burger King. It took over Burger King. So number 1. Do you know what the number 1 chain is?
McDonald's.
Probably still McDonald's.
Domino's.
McDonald's. Yes, definitely.
McDonald's. Partnership.
Oh shit. McDonald's is number 1. Number 2 is Starbucks. Number 3 is Subway, and number 4 is now your Taco Bell, and number 5 is now Burger King. They got
How is
overtaken.
Subway so high up on that list?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I was about
Yuppies.
to have a fit about this shit.
Have you been anywhere and seen the 500 Subways that are around any place you look? There's Subways in
But I
Walmart.
never see anyone in them. But I guess around
not
here
convinced
we have
anyone
like
eats
a
at
bunch of competition. We've got like Milios and stuff, and
Yeah,
Jimmy
Here's the
John's.
thing:
Okay.
every Subway I've ever been in, there's been one person working the counter. I'm not
Yeah.
convinced that more people work there.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because almost all of the food is either something that's frozen that they microwave in front of you, which is fucking weird, or it comes out of these like plastic sacks. Like they package the meat in like sacks so that they just stick it into the metal containers and then peel the part that is meant to be peeled off of it, so that like they don't even take it out of that plastic it was shipped in. So it sits there in that gross, slimy, like filth that it was shipped to them in.
You eat fresh. Come on.
Yeah, and then they put that shit on their bread, which they do make their bread. And
They
I'm
do
a
cook
fan
the
of
bread
Subway's-
every day.
I'm a fan of Subway's bread, and even though it's frozen dough that they make, like it's hard,
Yeah.
like it's bread out of the oven. It's always gonna be.
But you
good.
can get
So
that shit
I
day old. You just have a whole bunch
Yeah.
of bread for yourself.
Okay. I like Subway all right. It is not my favorite like sub place by far, but it's edible, and I live about 50 yards from one. So it ends
Yeah.
up being I don't feel like doing anything. I can just get a sub for like $6. Let's go. Let's
Mine-
get
Yeah, and
myself some.
if you like walk to Subway every day and have that, you'll lose a bunch of weight and make a bunch of money
Yeah.
and then be a pedophile.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yep.
From Madison, Jared Fogle.
He's from Madison.
So
Yeah, so his Subway, he's not from Madison, but he went to UW Madison, and his Subway weight loss story happened in Madison. So you remember on Regent Street, the Subway that used to be underneath the Regency or whatever, the edge. Or the
Yeah,
Edgewood?
the Regent Towers.
Yes, the Subway that
Whatever
used
it's
to be under
called,
there
yeah.
was
Oh,
the Subway
yeah,
he would
okay.
walk to get subs. It is not a Subway anymore. It's gone.
That's really blown my fucking mind that he was here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. Subway Jared, man. He ate his Subway in Wisconsin, so.
I'm located in between. I'm not located close enough to any restaurant that I can say I'm gonna walk over there and get some food. So I have to drive, but I'm in such a spot that my choices are all very hard to make. I have to drive a little bit further for Taco Bell. So I mean, I love the T-Bell, but it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
the quick go to. I got to go through stoplights to get the T-Bell.
Uh-huh.
Well,
So
so
here's my
Taco
choices.
Bell is like the fast fashion of food, so
I've
it's
got
worth
a-
that effort.
I've got a McDonald's, but
Okay.
it's a gas station McDonald's, which means that
Oh,
the
no.
drive-through lines move very slowly, and there's no they're not very long drive-through lines like you'll find at McDonald's. Like the 2 places to order at, it basically is a 3-car from the ordering screen, and that's all you get. So that's typical unless there's no one there. That's typically not it. Then I have Brahms, which I don't know if they have Brahms in Wisconsin.
No,
What is that?
It's like a Dairy Queen basically.
Okay.
There's very little difference. I think they're like an ice cream, but they actually have like a general store in there.
We've
So,
got
like, you
Dairy
go
Queen.
in- yeah, but it's like if you know how Dairy Queen has like the cabinets with cakes and dilly bars and shit like that. It's like they
Yeah.
have a whole, like, they've extended that into also having milk and cheeses and stuff. So it's kind of like this very small dairy-based grocery store, but then also a Dairy Queen style restaurant.
In Chicago, there's a place around or in the Chicago area. There's a similar thing like that called Oberweis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's anything like
Yeah.
that in Wisconsin. I keep forgetting.
Oh,
to
Brahms
pronounce it.
sounds like a really cool thing. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Brahms is pretty good. So like that is right next to the McDonald's. So that's a big one. And this is where the loop starts getting thrown. In the other direction from my house, there's a Culver's.
Oh,
And then in the third direction from my house, there is a Panda Express. So I have to wrestle with my mind. Like, if I want a burger, the obvious choice is Brahms for how close it is. Because
No,
if I go in the
no,
direction
no.
of Brahms,
The obvious choice
I have,
is Culver's.
well, no, well. Here's the thing. If I go to the direction of Brahms, McDonald's is right there. So if one of them has a full drive-through, I have a backup plan. Right there.
Okay.
Culver's is off by itself. But
And
it's
if you go to
Culver's.
Culver's, you are going to be waiting for several minutes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's
Culver's is always a
overtime.
wait.
Yeah, but it's always worth it. But it's also there's no backup. Like the only thing next to Culver's is fucking Applebee's. So it's like there's nothing I can do as a backup plan. At that point, I drive my ass back home and then take a new route. And then there's Panda Express, which is definitely it's the only thing that's not burger really that's near me. So it's like if I don't want a burger, I'm limited to Panda Express. So
Panda Express is pretty good though. For fast food Chinese, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's definitely not. But another thing is, I live in Springfield, Missouri, which the
Mm-hmm.
only thing Springfield has done that isn't garbage that you might know it for is cashew chicken. We did cashew chicken. We made it basically.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
I love cashew chicken.
I think some immigrant came to Springfield and was like, you know what, I can just take this au jus like gravy thing and put some green onions on some chicken and throw some cashews in there, and that's food now. But what this means is, I'm not trying to focus on the cashew chicken because I don't eat it very often. I eat general chicken very often, but there are so many fucking Chinese places in Springfield. There is one on every like third block. Sometimes there's two right next to each other. There's so many Chinese places just because we're the cashew chicken place. So I've been to, I want to say 20 or 25 Chinese places in town. And there's one that it has the superior general chicken. So if I'm like, I don't want a burger, I want something else, my only option is Panda. So then I'm at Panda, but then I'm like, well, that's Chinese food. And if I decide on Chinese food, I want to go to this other place that has the best general chicken in town and not settle for Panda because it's $1 cheaper. You get twice as much at this place, and it's the best in town I've had. Problem is, it is literally, so I live on the south east end. It is literally on the northwest end of the city. So it is like a 20-minute drive for me to get this general chicken. So it's like it's always hard for me to be like, I'm just gonna go grab a quick bite because I have all these logical loops I have to jump through, and then I just think about it for a while and I get very hungry and I can't decide, so I call Domino's and get delivery.
Hey, Domino's salad.
You hear stories about food deserts, but it doesn't really hit home until you hear a story like yours. And I just want to thank you for sharing. It was inspiring. And I really feel like I learned something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just got to tell my story, you know? It's like Lindsey Vonn. Lindsey Vonn just got her last appearance in the Olympics.
Yeah, got a bronze. She got
a bronze medal. Michaela Schifrin, she did her thing, and you know, Lindsay scattered her grandfather's ashes in North Korea or South Korea, and
nope, she went to North Korea.
Nope,
that was expressly written in his. You know what's really interesting?
You bastards love me. You'll take me to North Korea.
Is that her grandfather is from Milton, Wisconsin, which is where my fiance is from. And she was there for the funeral this year, and her dad, I guess, I don't know, wasn't there, but he knew a guy who ask
Who killed
for
him?
a selfie with her.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if that's the time to do that at the funeral of her grandfather who taught her how to ski. Kind of an emotional thing. So I'm also in love with Lindsey Vonn as well as the Russian skating lady. I like Lindsey Vonn.
So I gotta ask, were you team? So you probably had the same thing that I did, where you learned about these people. Basically,
Oh, I've been Team Vaughn since 2010. So
no. Obviously, Vaughn and Schifrin and the Americans. I'm talking about Zagitova and Medvedeva.
Yep.
You probably learned about them a few days
Last
before. Night. Yeah. Well, I mean,
I said it was a whiplash romance and heartbreak with Medvedeva.
Medev. I play her in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
I watched the team event, so like I knew about them, and then I also watched the short program.
I didn't see those,
which they did. So yeah. I had kind of a build up, and it was really like a drama story you would hear, because the faces they would shoot at each other, the thing, like it really was like
rivals.
You could make a movie out of that, and I think I could be wrong about this, but I think the scores for the free skate were the exact same, like to the decimal, the exact same scores. So it was the short program that decided it all, because she was ahead by a point at the end of that or something like that.
Yeah, 1.37 or whatever.
And this thing is like I could never decide who I wanted, because like Medvedeva, she's I think 18 or 19.
18.
So it's been 2 years since she's been on the scene, and everyone was and they said it a lot. Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir in their commentary said a lot that it was basically like this was going to be her coronation. Like everyone knew she was going to win gold.
And she had been gold world champion 2 years in a row. It was time for her time. Yeah. And
then this other girl who's I've just said her name, and I've now Alina
Zagitsatova.
It's funny because I just said her name, and now I've heard. So Yevgenia Medvedeva, I can remember that one, and then Alina Zagitova. Zagitova, she's 15, comes along, and she's like, no, fuck this girl. I mean, they're both from Russia, and she's like, nah, fuck this girl. I'm gonna win gold. Fuck her. I'm only 15, and this is her coronation. I'm gonna fucking win. And when they announced who won, Zagitova, who won gold, had this like evil maniacal grin on her face, because she had like this doll in her hand.
Yeah. Medvedeva, she had a Garfield doll.
Yeah.
That she picked up. She was holding a stuffed Garfield. I was like, could she be more my favorite thing ever? She's got a Garfield doll. She once dressed up as Sailor Moon and skated to the Sailor Moon theme. Like, this is... Yeah. Sorry. Continue.
She in the Sailor Moon one, she even like lip synced to the Japanese. She went all in on that.
She's a full-on weeb. Like, great. I love it.
I've heard in Soviet Russia, Sailor Moon's you.
Yeah, she does fan art of Bleach. They showed some of her Bleach.
Really?
Fan art. Yeah, they showed some of her Bleach fan art. During
She's like me in college.
There was some other fan art, but I don't know my anime well enough to know what it was of.
Fair enough.
But I definitely recognize the Bleach characters. Zagitova wins, and she just kind of like has this evil, maniacal, like, fuck that bitch. It just like buries her head into the doll. It was kind of satisfying, but in a way that like I don't know. I wanted one of them to win, but I could never decide which one I was on the team of. Like, it was brutal. It was a brutal rivalry.
Yeah, I'm full on Medvedeva, so it's I think it's just so crazy because the Zagitova obviously is incredible. So the way that they score the free skate is the second half jumps are worth 10% more, and she saved all of her jumps to the second half because you've been skating for 2 or 3 minutes. your legs are tired, it's harder to hit jumps. So she did planned it out. She missed a jump earlier on, or she was going to do a combination. She didn't do the second half, and then she just fitted in at the end, so she still got all the points. It was very technically incredible. Whereas what's her name? Oh my god, I can't say it. You say it good.
Yevgenia
Medvedeva. Yes, she skated to Anna Karenina's theme, and she acted it out basically, beautiful, graceful. Yeah. She's incredible, more traditional. She had all the jumps, big jumps, incredible. Didn't miss any of them, but just she didn't it was one was more okay, this is technically the best way to do a program to get the most points, and so the 15-year-old got more points for the technical score, but in terms of the whatever it's I forget what it's called,
just the art score.
Yeah, the art score. The other girl got the higher score, and so but then they ended up getting basically the same score, down to the decimal point, and it just came down to the short program. She just did more point-worthy tricks than the other girl, so 1.5 points, man. Crazy. I think the wrong one won, but you know what? We had an exciting moment either way. They're both incredible, and you know what? 15-year-old may have a harder time doing tricks when she's 19. Whereas I think the gracefulness you can hold on to at 22. So
Matt,
hopefully,
can I ask you who just kissed there on camera?
That was Mozart and a Porg.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh man. So that's enough. That's enough figure skating. What do you guys want to talk about?
I'm using up all my Sporto music tonight.
I got a couple options here. I got lots of segments here to do. I kind of don't want to do the brown bear incident. You haven't read anything about this, have you? Anyone?
No.
I've not.
The Senkabetsu brown bear incident? All right. Well, I'll tant that out because gotta dedicate a lot of time to that one because,
yeah.
Oh boy, it's a pretty incredible story. Reads like a movie. Let's go to worst of Reddit if you want to get the toilet soundtrack going here, Matt, because I got a r/red pill that we gotta get through. Okay, there it is.
There it is.
So, red pill, official subreddit of trp.red. I don't know what that means. They're using some new acronyms now. I can't keep up. The new red pill podcast on trp.red, which must be a website that I've now clicked.
I think
now
TRP stands for the red pill.
Now, okay, got it. So trp.red is the Red Pill Podcast Network. Let's before we get in to the Red Pill Reddit post that I have here, let's go through the podcasts that exist on here. We have all the latest oh my god, the website is the scariest thing I've ever seen. So, popular podcast. Tyson's podcast. I don't know what that is. Gay Lube Oils podcast. Bachelor Prime's podcast. This website's so fucking broken. I don't even know how to use it.
Yeah, this is a garbage website.
Here, curated collection.
In many ways.
Rational Males curated collection. Screening explained. Oh, good. This is blog posts. Well, we've got The Blue Pill is Arrogance. I don't know if this is an episode or a podcast. Oh, it's episodes. Hot Girls Wanted. Apply. It's just the Red Pill podcast. Bachelor Prime. Dating Sites. Part 1. This is all, people... Oh, my God. I read a Washington Post article today, too. This website is just a bunch of
random Reddit posts.
Yeah. I understand being single and frustrated as a male, but you're not gonna get anywhere doing this kind of thing.
No,
you're not gonna happen for you. You're going the wrong way. You've turned the wrong way down the street here. But let's go back to this Reddit. This has got 86 points, 89% upvoted from 06 February 2018 post. The need to be lavish on dates. This is under blue pill example. I'm compelled to write this out because a prominent self-improvement icon on Twitter, who will not be
Okay,
named
there's your
out of
first red
respect
flag.
for the rest of his work, who is also followed by many ECs. Can somebody figure out what ECs means? Is under the eligible chicks.
That sounds
ECs.
right. That sounds
Under
like
the
something
blue
a red
pill
pillar
delusion
would
of
think.
spending hundreds of dollars on a woman in the first date is how you find a decent girl. He goes further to say, girls are unimpressed by your boring coffee, Netflix, and chill dates. Let's go ahead and address this idea section by section. 1. The first flaw with this belief is the idea that one should be concerned with impressing a woman. She's there at the coffee date. Yep, go. Yep.
I mean, he's responding to somebody that is wrong.
Yes.
But so far, his response is equally wrong.
Okay. She's there at the coffee date talking with you, isn't she? She's in your room watching Netflix, waiting for you to fuck her, isn't she? Whoa! Ew. Okay.
I mean, I guess
that's
very well be
Netflix
the
and
case,
chill.
but there's all kinds
That's
of like
not really
lead-up
a-
conversation.
It's
I
not
mean,
really a
li-
date. You know, Netflix and chill
Well-
is not a date.
See, John, you've never used Tinder, so
No. Okay.
I mean, there are occasions where this is definitely the unspoken truth behind the date pretext. But
Fair enough. But
It's
I would
not
say Netflix
the
and
norm?
chill isn't a date. It's its own thing. It's separate from dates because I think a date is a public meetup somewhere.
okay,
Whereas
I'd agree with
Netflix
that
and chill is
terminology.
like Netflix and chill
Like
is
a
more like a
hookup.
hookup. Yeah. So which I get. All right. Anyway, so that's I could understand some women not being impressed by a guy just wanting to hook up. Fair enough. Maybe they're just not into that. Who gives a fuck if she's impressed? It's completely irrelevant to the quality of the relationship or to having fantastic sex with the woman. Okay, so he's saying you don't need to spend money to have a good date. You know, fair enough.
that's
right.
true. His
But he
language is confusing though.
Yeah, you know, he's a little combative off the bat here. I feel like he probably could have not gone full speed here. All right, here we go. 2. Why the hell would you spend more than $50 on a woman you just met? Would you pick up a random on the street during day game? What? Okay. And propose going to a 5-star restaurant where you pay for food, drinks, and all the other expenses for a person you've known for a total of 10 minutes? This is a surefire way to lock yourself into the beta provider category.
Okay, he's losing me more with this bullshit terminology.
Yeah, you know, that's the red pill the way. You got all the
This is the thing.
categorize and
They get so into this jargon and classification that it ends up insulating you more from real regular people. And then you don't know how to talk to regular people.
Exactly.
This
You-
is
and-
reminding
Yep.
me of like the cults that I did grow up around cults, but like they would use
Yeah.
terms like Jezebel, but
Yeah.
but specifically in regular like Jezebel is more like a concept. I think most people that are even aware of that, but they'd be like the Jezebels and harlots, and like they would talk about it like it was like a group of people in the town. So it's just like when you just come off with the words like, how are the Jezebels and harlots today? Like, you are now not in the realm where humans normally speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
feel like you're
it's like a whole
associating
thing.
with too many SPs. You got to clear those needles. You got to. That's Scientology. Whatever.
I
Well,
found out what EC actually stands for.
My thetans are out of whack after reading this. Sorry, go. Yep. What's EC?
So EC is a specific abbreviation on the Red Pill subreddit,
Okay.
saying that the person is an endorsed contributor, just saying that they've been part of the community for a long time and their contributions are more well
Got
looked
it.
at than others.
Got it. So
That
this,
sounds like fucking Scientology now.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
he's a level
They
2
have-
red pill guy. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah. They
He's
have
on the bridge,
flares
you know?
next to their usernames.
Of
The
course.
flare says TRP endorsed, but when I put my mouse cursor over it, it says endorsed contributor, and that's what EC stands for.
There it is. So, all right. So you're locking yourself into a beta provider category. He believes that you must spend much money on the first date, so the line of thinking will compel them to top the previous date, and so on. What happens when those dates dwindle? That woman, having become used to being treated as a pussy goddess, love that term. You think she's gonna let you stop taking her out and treating her like a queen? Hell no. Are you just gonna continuously top the previous date to impress her and keep her on her toes? I think that's a fallacy right there. I think you can have one fancy date, and they're not expecting the next one to be as fancy, if not fancier. I think what happened to this gentleman was he took a lady out to a date and bought her dinner, and then the second date he was like, hey, come over to my fucking apartment I haven't cleaned and watch some terrible movie with me I want you to watch. And then she doesn't call him again. And he's like, oh, it's because I didn't spend money. And it's like, no, it's
because
just
there wasn't
she learned
chemistry.
you were learned you were a red pillar, so she didn't want to talk to you anymore. Is what happened.
It's just weird to simplify it down to like strange rules and terminology, because it's more like you're improvising, like depending on who you are and who the person you're talking to is and what the chemistry is like. It's just not that simple. It's not as simple as insert money, output sex.
Yep. Now, would you like to get into point number 3, and we get a little bit more terminology here? He implies the only way to find a quote-unquote decent girl is to spend hundreds of dollars on her. And he is arguing about the terminology here. First, what is a decent girl? Decent for what you're looking for, maybe. Easy sex, comma, produces art, comma, and takes care of her body is decent for me for a FWB.
Friend with
TJ?
benefit, I know that one.
Friend with benefit. Okay, cool.
Friend with benefits.
All right, so he wants. I like that he's specific and he wants a woman who produces art. What?
Well, yeah.
Why is he throwing that out though? Right here.
Because
wants an
you
artist?
gotta know what you're looking for.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have any problem with people that are like interested in casual stuff and know what they like, as long as like both parties are on the same page. But
Is this like a singles classified ad? It really it's like a whole thing about him bitching, but then it's like, I like pina coladas. It's like,
just so you know, you can get my Reddit profile here. You know, does he mean a good girl? Well, of course he's going to get the good girl act, as he acts like a beta provider. Because, you know, beta providers get the quote-unquote good girls. Does he mean loyal, classy? Perfect example. You guys, I got this. It's a perfect example of Madonna whore complex. That's the term.
I know that one. That's a real psychological thing.
Okay.
That happens with serial killers frequently. Where they have a false dichotomy that women are either like a saint or like demons, basically. Like there's no in between. And then like usually they murder them. Like I've literally only ever heard that in the context of serial killers, and I guess that's a red pill thing.
Yeah. So no, this is interesting too, because he totally pivots here and makes an excellent point. Believing only whores would have Netflix and coffee date. Loyal, classy wife material girls would only go out on $100+ first dates. Truth is, quote unquote decent girls can still easily be found by taking them to a pool hall, and you still save the money. I think he's right here. He's made a point here, because he's saying that this guy is saying the only way to find decent women is to spend hundreds of dollars on a date. And if you're not going to spend the money, because this is the fucking red pill men's rights, like fucking nationalist movement here, is you gotta be traditional. You gotta be a man spending lots of money on a lavish date, or else, you know, if you're gonna just go on Netflix and chills, you're gonna only end up with trash, you know, and not a decent girl. So he's saying no, hell no. This guy's pushing back against the red pill world here at this point. Or maybe I'm reading too much into him.
I don't know. I think there's some troubling stuff in what he's saying.
I love how literally he's trying to make good points here, and then he completely fucking ruins it by the next words he says.
Yeah,
this is coming
like,
from.
it's true that you don't have to spend a shit ton of money on a date. You can just like go out on a casual hangout kind of deal. But then the way he couches that in like some women are decent, some are whores.
Yeah.
Like it's just this weird quantification there.
Yeah, he's making a good point here. He's like, all right, but I don't know about y'all, but I'm not spending more than like $20 on a hoe I just met.
Yeah.
Following that up with some good language here, and that's taking her to the gun range. This guy is suggesting
gun range a metaphor or a real gun range?
Cross-world cruises, jet skiing trips, and lavish dinners for a girl he hasn't taken out. Hasn't even fucked yet. Oh, man. You can't spend money.
Dad?
You can't spend money on these women until they've had sex with you. Oh, my God. Just immediately. And the funny kicker is this guy likes and retweets the women who flock to his post who say, if you try and take me on a coffee date, I'm out. If you take me out and try and screen me, you're wasting my time. If you won't take me on a nice date, someone else will. Fuck off with your pussy date. Translated. I'm entitled to your time and money for blessing you with my limited attention and a date. Even though we just met. You won't fall for my provider trap. Someone else will. I love that part of the pickup artist kind of community that's become the horribleness that is Red Pill is like men and women are like fighting each other for a date, and like women are trying to trick you into providing for them, and trick you into doing that. So he's just saying that anyway.
Well, I've only been on like 3 dates my whole life, and 2 of them I didn't even know they were dates. So
that's a good sign.
Maybe this dude is onto something. Maybe I've been tricked.
Yeah, I've got some books you can read. This man named Mystery, he has a very fuzzy top hat. He's written some stuff that you should probably read.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, dude. This is the worst, like, it's just, the red pill is the worst thing.
Can I throw out a fantastic recommendation for anyone who's looking for some some autoplay stuff there. Some just real dating advice. Check out Video Game Donkey's YouTube channel and his playthrough of Super Seducer, because you'll learn some really actionable advice.
Yes.
And,
oh my God. Super
fantastic.
Seducer is the pickup artist like simulator.
Mm-hmm.
That he plays. Oh my God.
It's live action video, because those games are always the best.
What is it called? Super Seducer?
Super Seducer is a game.
Yeah, there it is. I can get that on Steam. Oh, it's not out yet. March 6th. Oh, what? So Donkey got a fucking pre-release copy?
He's up there, man.
Do you know that he's in Madison right now?
Yeah.
Wait,
he lives
Donkey's in Madison?
He lives in Madison.
How the fuck don't I know that?
He's massive.
Yeah, he lives in Madison. He went to school. He was from Milwaukee, I believe. Went to school in Milwaukee, but he moved to Madison. Yes, he lives in Madison somewhere. So go stalk him, Matt.
That's weird.
Get him on the podcast.
Get him on the show.
Yeah, all right, you do that, Matt.
Yeah.
Is Donkey like a YouTuber or whatever they're called?
Yep.
Yeah, he's like a Let's Play YouTuber, dude.
Sounds awful.
No, Let's Play. Just a comedic gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He puts out like every week like a 4-minute, 5-minute video of him just kind of fucking around in a game.
Like the
in
heavily
a really weird
edited
way.
kind that those are the only gameplay videos I'll usually watch. Because I don't want to watch somebody I just want to just cut out all
Look
the
at
bits
this
that aren't
shit.
funny.
Go to. Oh look,
What?
I got this trailer on top of the roof.
Yeah.
Holy-
he's just
That
fucking
sort
around.
of stuff.
I
I'm
enjoy his
excited.
stuff.
I downloaded
'Cause-
this app on my phone that apparently I can stream phone games to Twitch now. So you
Nice.
guys are gonna watch me play Adventure Capitalist for hours
good.
and hours.
Good.
And hours.
That's a great
Yay.
game. It's classic. Hey, Spanky, video games suck, huh?
Video games are bad.
Tell me a
Yeah.
bad video game now, because you said you could come on the show and tell us
Spanky
about
hates
why
it
video
too.
games bad. Yeah.
All right, I can tell you about why a game is bad,
Okay.
but since they're all bad,
Okay. Can you pick out one?
I'll be honest with you. I've been watching bobsledding for the past 2 minutes while you guys are talking about donkey or whatever.
It's a gold medal.
So I'm kind of not in the mindset for video games.
How's the
what's something that's
Jamaican
come
team
out?
doing?
Metal Gear Survive just came out.
Metal
It
Gear
was really
Survive.
Metal Gear
Yeah.
Survive.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or the new Dynasty Warriors game that just came out.
I actually heard it was pretty bad.
yeah.
like- Objectively bad, not
It's all
just
bad.
subjectively.
Not
all
just
bad.
Tell us
Spanky
about
thinks it's bad.
Battlefield 2 or Battlefront 2. The
Battlefront
Star Wars game.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Man, oh yeah, that is a game, isn't it? Well, here's the thing.
All right.
I didn't play it. I don't know anything about it. But
Sure.
I'll tell you about Battlefield 1 and Battlefront 1. I don't mean the first Battlefront. I mean the one they've just called Battlefront and put on the newer consoles.
Okay.
So-
2015 Star Wars Battlefront.
Thank you, TJ. That game's a piece of fucking
You're welcome.
garbage.
Okay.
It's so you're like, I'm gonna play some Star Wars shit. I'm like, y'all, that's cool. And this is a series of content where one of the main actors, Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, is a voice actor. So you're like, oh, I bet they probably got Mark Hamill in this shit.
Yeah.
No. The dude that got to sound like Luke doesn't sound like Luke, and they did this with everyone. You can play as Carrie Fisher, or excuse me, you can't play as Carrie Fisher. You can play as Leia, someone who kind of sounds a little bit like Leia. You can play as the Emperor, I think, and it's just
Yep.
someone doing, all the voices are bad, all of them, and I'm not just mean like bad, like they're, like I hate Kiefer Sutherland as Snake in Metal Gear
Yep.
Solid 5, but I don't think he was like a bad voice actor. But
Sure.
The people in the first Battlefront game, or 2015 Battlefront, are fucking garbage. They suck really bad. So you think, okay, well at least it's Star Wars. So I'm gonna play a Star Wars game. And it's like, okay, I'll give them the fact that when you shoot your gun, it makes the pew noise that
Yeah.
Star
Yeah. It
Wars
makes the
guns make.
noises.
Yeah.
And then like you can get a lightsaber and it goes bzz, 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 whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, all right, let's play this fucking game. Is there spaceships in it? Like, no, there's not spaceships. You can fly some stuff around, but you can't go anywhere. There's no space battles. What do you think this is? Star Wars? No, this is like fucking dirty ass broken building wars in a canyon where people just fucking set up with these sniper rifles and all this shit. Like, you could tell this was made by a developer who spends all their damn time making war games. Because I don't remember seeing, like, fragmentation grenades in Star Wars. They had these, like, weird-ass thermal detonators that immediately
Oh, but they
skeletonized
sounded so
people.
great. One of the best
yeah.
sounds in all of gaming.
Yeah. Like, whoever did the sound design for the Battlefront 2015, great job. Get out of making games because they suck. And you deserve better. So this game, I played this mode, and I played this in the beta, but, like, I got the real game, too, because I thought maybe the beta is just a piece of shit, and the real game won't be. I make that mistake sometimes, and they're always bad. So I played the game, and basically what it is you get on this team, and if your team decides, like, hey, let's walk in the same direction, you win. But what mostly happens is your team's like, oh, fuck, I'm going to run and try to get the Darth Vader power-up. Because you can't really play as Darth Vader. You can just kind of, like, pick up the power-up and play as him until you die, and then you respawn. So So people are just like camping these fucking power-ups to turn into Darth Vader, and they just kind of spawn randomly. No one knows how to fucking kill the AT-ATs. It's like there was a movie about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we all know how to kill them.
If
gotta
you're
aim for
familiar
the
with
neck.
the source material, you should know how to kill an AT-AT.
Yeah.
So I play this game, and I get into the snow speeder, and I'm like, I'm gonna wrap up around these things' legs. First of all, you gotta be a motherfucking like you gotta be able to unsnap a bra with your farts. You gotta have that kind of finesse in order to pilot this snow speeder around these legs. Because like the things walk in between mountains and buildings and shit, and it's like you get this weird view where it's like you're not in your cockpit. So when you turn left, and it's total fucked up. They got this right in Rogue Squadron in like 1998 for the 64. How'd they fuck it up in 2015? Anyway, so that's hard. But not only that, no one wants to like, oh, let's protect our snow speeders. What they're thinking about is like, let's see if I can like go and get a sniper kill from way ass back here. You can shoot your laser pew bullets things at the AT-ATs.
Yeah.
And then it hurts them, but no, they don't. It's like, so what happens is your team is just like fucking like let's pew 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 and try to beat Darth Vader, but then the AT-ATs they just win because it's like no one fucking shoots at them. So it's like maybe I should play team deathmatch. And as far as I know, you can't just be like let's play team deathmatch and do it. It's like you get into like queues of like maybe you'll get team deathmatch, but other times you'll get like other deathmatchy type. It's like fucking weird.
Yeah, I remember that game just being like, man, this is just not like it felt empty. Like it was flashy, but there wasn't anything there to keep me.
It looked very much like a game that you could pick up and have a good time with, and it played like a sack of hot shit.
Yeah, it looked absolutely beautiful, and that was my same experience with the beta for that game too. It's like, we're in the snow level, and they're in the AT-ATs, and I guess I just wait here until we all die.
Yeah,
because
not a good game, and it sounds like the sequel wasn't much better this time.
But
around.
hey, you get loot boxes. So you get that nice little rush of endorphins from gambling.
Oh, they really fucked loot boxes up for everybody though with that. So
yeah,
thank you, I guess, EA, for ruining loot boxes for everyone because I hate them.
You guys remember whenever you could play a video game and it would just be the video game, like you could just like play the video game? You know,
God, it's been so long. I think I can.
You ate a fruit, you got some points.
Yeah.
You know how much points you were going to get when you ate the fruit, and if you ate all the dots, you went to the next level. You didn't, like, fucking eat all the dots, 0 points, and then, like, at the end of the round, we're going to spin open this, but what did you get? It's like, no, you know what you got for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, you'd finish a level in Mario 2, and you'd know exactly what kind of bonus you were going to get. You wouldn't get, like, a slot machine.
Yeah, like that's the way the world is now. So it's over. All right. Yep.
Mario 2. Did you ever play like the Game Boy Advance
Yeah.
Marios?
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love those.
Yeah.
Especially the voice clips. They were revolutionary in my mind.
I hate the voice clips.
Oh no! They're wonderful. I can remember now the specifically like the choose a player. And like the Mario
Just what I needed.
Just what I needed. And Lucky. And they would all say Lucky. And then Toad, all of his like gravelly and then like low bitrate distorted Toad was awesome.
Gotta love the audio that you could get out of that Game Boy Advance card,
If that Mario movie gets made, Mario has to only speak in like short, truncated phrases.
No,
like,
I'm actually hoping that it's more of like a political commentary film.
Yeah.
About how immigrants make this country great.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I'm kind of hoping that the people at Illumination just haven't seen or heard Charles Martinet ever, and they're like, wonder what an Italian plumber would sound like, and they go the route of like the old CDI games of like, Mario, I'm in Brooklyn over here. We're gonna fix your toilets. And it's like, look at these minions. They're running around. They're fucking crazy. I'm gonna fix your toilets, minions.
There's a bunch of fucking turtles and mushrooms. What am I, on acid or something?
And then the Goombas are all going to be basically like minions, but like shaped like Goombas.
Yeah, they're gonna speak
yes.
like really fun gibberish that's also sort of got bits of Portuguese in it. It's gonna be real fun, and it's funny because they don't speak English, which is that's why minions are so funny.
Yeah. You know what they could do is they could get everyone's favorite Italian American actor Bob Hoskins to play Mario.
Is he still alive?
He is
No,
not
he's
alive.
dead.
No.
He is long been dead.
Both of them
Zombie
are dead. Bob
Hoskins.
Hoskins died.
Dennis Hopper, Bob Hoskins, both dead.
If they
Only
don't bring
Luigi
John
Mario.
Leguizamo back as Luigi, the famed
Luigi Mario.
Italian American John Leguizamo.
Yes. Okay, we have to end the podcast at this point because we are at the end point. Does anyone have any final words before they forever hold their peace?
I object.
Phoenix Wright. It's a good game.
Nah,
Objection.
it's a piece of shit game.
They're all bad.
They're all bad. Like, I don't discriminate.
Yeah.
Because in order to discriminate, you got to have criterion.
Yeah.
In which you discriminate by.
Yeah.
I don't. It's prejudice at the apex.
Fair enough. You can't have prejudice. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it this week. Let's wrap it up here. You can follow me on Twitter. Yep.
We can do our outro. No,
Yep.
I'll do this first. I'm going to play a little audio clip that I made that I think will teach us a little bit of something about what it's like to be in America. And I stole this from the Morning Stream podcast and put some very inspirational music behind it.
Oh, I think you remember you told me about this.
I want to end this segment by talking about the importance of understanding the lessons that we learned in Super Mario Odyssey. This game centers around Mario at his literal lowest point, climbing back up through his friendship with a hat that allows him to inhabit not anybody, but his enemies specifically. Those that are either incidental or actively trying to hurt him. The game ends, spoiler alert, with you rescuing yourself, Peach, and Bowser by inhabiting Bowser to get out of a crumbling moon. This is all in Super Mario Odyssey. This is all here in front of us. The only lesson that we need to learn is think, am I better dying in this crumbling moon or trying to inhabit Bowser so we can save us?
It's very moving.
That's my favorite thing in the world.
That's true. I mean, I like that analysis. But what podcast is that from?
The Morning Stream.
Okay.
They're like a morning show, but not terrible.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's Matt's plug for the week. So you can find Matt on the morning. No.
No.
Our website is borntheighties.net. We put episodes out there. I got an episode with Lance I did last week that'll be up tomorrow. If you listen to this live, if you listen to the recorded version of this, it came out last week, what I just mentioned. So that is John_Danger on Twitter. I tweet horrible things like Jar Jar Binks fan porn. Just regular things. And that's it. I guess, Matt, what are you doing lately?
Oh, jeez. I'm just working on some music stuff. It's getting towards the end of February, so I'm hopefully going to be finishing up my February song. And probably within the next couple of weeks, I'll have a whole new link for you all to just go listen to shit on Spotify and get me like 10 cents.
Spotify affiliate. TJ, speaking of affiliates.
Speaking of affiliate, in my quest to become a Twitch affiliate, I've been streaming Twitching, lots of Twitches. I was gonna say Twitch is my bitches, but whatever. Come join me and the other low res heroes at twitch.tv/May of May, and listen to me just retweet garbage shit over at May of May 84 on the Twitter. Spanky, where can we find you, or where should we find you?
Well, I don't know where. Apparently, I can just drive by and pop up in this podcast by just appearing, but.
Yeah,
So
here's a lesson for everybody that doesn't show up to the live.
Well,
stream. If you show up in the chat, you might just end up on the fucking show.
I want. That's how we roll. No, but I want to say that I know that you launched a new thing recently that I listened to the first episode of.
Yeah, well,
I really
actually,
enjoyed.
You listened to a first part of it, so.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Ewan and I, my co-host who's usually on the show with me, have started a new podcast called While Away, and it's basically a segmented podcast. We do 4 segments every episode, and the first segment of the first episode, which is guest starring Demon Tomato Dave, that segment is called One Man's Trash. You can find that on YouTube. You just search Brightside Reviews on YouTube. That's for Ewan's channel, and that's where it's currently at. Should be either the very last few days of February or the first few days of March. You can find the podcast feed at spanky.works. Right now, I don't think there's anything on that URL, but it is a URL that I have. I think it's just a white page right now. But that's where the feed will be located whenever we start going live. I just basically, it's all edited. It's all done. I just we haven't put the music on it and actually made the website for it and did all the stuff that you're supposed to do whenever you put things on the internet. So but the good news is that when this episode comes out, as long as you're not listening to this episode live, the website and everything will probably be live.
Yeah.
So through the magic of time travel, it's probably live whenever the listener will hear this episode. Anyway, it's about just whatever shit we want to talk about for the most part. The first episode has.
Oh, weird.
Segments.
What's that like?
Yeah, the first episode has the 4 segments of One Man's Trash, which is where we talk about a movie or anything that someone hates, or that most people hate, but that person likes. So it's their treasure.
Love that concept. They gotta defend it.
Then.
Like everything I like.
Yep.
Yeah. Then we got Popcorn Corner, which is where you and I discuss a movie. We discussed Star Wars.
Okay.
And I believe we recorded that episode in very early January, so it was back whenever everyone hadn't seen it and had full opinions yet.
Yeah.
Third one is I forget what the hell it's called. It's about video games. I got really drunk one night. Ewan was like, "Hey, this is a good video game," so I bought it and the prequel and all the DLC and everything. It was Life is Strange, as those video games.
I like that game.
I think, man, I wish I could remember the name of that segment, but I'm not with a good memory.
Well, you'll find out in March when the website's live, right?
Yeah,
so.
And then the last
That's called
episode,
the cliffhanger.
The last segment in the episode. Yeah, the last segment in the episode is it's kind of a game show actually. So it's called Diplomatic Deception, and what it is, Ewan is a Canadian, I'm an American. We have to, whoever is the deceiver has to present a fact about, or not about, but at least a fact that has to do with the person's country of origin. And the other person has to decide if it's bullshit or not.
I like that.
Mine, I told the story of a frozen dead guy who has a celebration thrown for him every year annually in America. And you could spoil this for yourself and just Google it and figure out whether that is bullshit or not. But it was a very funny episode to record, and Ewan didn't know the subject of the deception.
Nice.
First, so that's the 4 segments that are in the first episode. They're
the 4 genders.
Yeah, the 4 genders of our podcast. They're fucking long episodes, but they're gonna come out monthly. So
yeah, that That Popeye discussion, which is the first while away, is like an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah. We noticed that like when we record podcasts, we just talk about stupid bullshit forever. So we're gonna do it monthly, but there's gonna be roughly 4 to 5ish hours of content. In every month. And every episode.
And as someone who just sits around at work doing nothing most of the time, I appreciate your long podcast.
Yep.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll someone will listen to it and get a kick out of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's
I love the
really fun
Popeye discussion. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, the Popeye discussion. Popeye the movie is what we discussed with Demon Tomato Dave.
Yeah.
And he
it's actually Demon Tomato Dave.
I'm sorry.
You say tomato.
Have you
I say.
Have you been on a podcast with Dave? Did he tell you that?
It's true,
No.
Matt. He's got you there.
TJ, you should just have Dave come on the podcast. I think you could. It's very hard to schedule him to get on your podcast, but it is very easy to convince him that it's a good idea.
All right.
Yeah.
In the future.
TJ.
Anyway.
Outreach coordinator TJ.
Yeah. Human resources, TJ.
Many people I would love to get on this podcast. I would love to get Dave. I would love to get Cole Watson from GameStop TV.
Dude, anyone
There's a whole
that
list.
wants to come on, it's easy.
They
You gotta have a
all
mic.
invited.
Go to
Yeah,
the
you just
Twitch
go to the
chat.
Twitch chat, and Matt will fucking put the link to our fucking hangout live on Twitch.
Public.
And you can just jump in.
Oh yeah,
Just so
look
you
at all
know,
the
he
people that
was
fucking
on-
barged in here.
Hey, we could have gotten raided. You left our ass out in the open.
No, Twitch is
wasn't actually
cutting down
on
on that now,
the
so
screen.
it's all good.
He
Anyway.
was on the away screen because I was watching the stream.
No, but I had before I brought up your email to enter, I had the regular screen up, and I guess that shows like a URL that you can type in to join.
Yep.
I'm
Anyway.
sorry, I don't know how to internet.
What are you, Canadian? All right.
If we haven't gone offline, bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah, we gotta end this slate. All right, bye.
Bye.
Later, fuckers.